Okay, today is going to be my first YouTube video, and it's about all my lures, and I'm going to show you every single one of my lures. I want these pro fishermen on YouTube to comment in the section below. I want AP, I want Andrew Flair Outdoors, I want John B. Lake Fort got one rod, one reel, catfishing cart, and Extreme Philly Fishing to comment in the section below. So here we go. See, I've laid out these lures that I have. The first one we're going to look at is this cluster square bill. This, if you want, these things cost $15, and they're really expensive. So I hope I can catch some fish on this little cluster lure. And I have this Rebel Minnow. Has the tiniest little treble hooks in the world. I'm gonna have to change these out, but this is a good little color. But the tiniest little hooks in the world. I'm gonna have to show this to you with another little crankbait that I have, and I want to see if we can see how the how the hooks compare. So I'll leave that right there. I got a topwater frog, and I got this little shad. Comment in the section below what kind of lure this is, because I can't remember. It has it's really sparkly, has this little tail on it. And whenever it goes through the water, this tail spins like it's moving the back fin. So I'm not sure what kind of lure that is, or what's its brand. I got a little spoon lure, and and the place where I fish is Moss Point, Mississippi. And it's impressive that because I live in Mobile, Alabama, so that's really the only place you could go fish. Well, close to Mobile. And this is one of my favorite lures. This little swim bait. It's supposed to be, I think, a perch or some kind of brim. I don't know, but it's a cool looking little swim bait. And then I have this big crankbait. This is supposed to be, I think it's called the Silent Assassin. That's what it said on the thing, and it doesn't have any rattles in it. And this is one of the biggest crankbaits I've ever seen. Cause like I have this little one that has like a chartreuse band going across it with a white belly and a kind of a grayish blue back. And this one's a little bit bigger than this, so it's pretty cool. And this is my favorite, this live target bluegill. Tell me in the comments below, comment and say, tell me if this is the coolest dang lure you've ever seen. This looks so cool. Okay, now we're going on to my rattle trap arsenal. These are my favorite lures. These are, here's one mini trap, and the color it is, you see it has little, well, you probably can't really see it, it has little sparkles on it. And it's called a diamond dust, that's the color of it. Whenever it goes in the water, if you reel it in slow, it sounds like shh, 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 shh. But whenever you start reeling in fast and when it goes like that, it'll be like so it sounds really cool. I have diamond dust, I have electric silver, that's my favorite color, and gold. That's how loud it is. So that's pretty cool. And I have two tiny traps. Can't really hear that good, but it still rattles. Here's my rattle trap arsenal. Now I just had a problem with this. I was picking up whenever I started rolling the video, so everything spilled out. So I'm just gonna make. This is not how it used to be. This is not really a junky tackle box. I have a little jerkbait mirror lure and this is good for those big bass. And you can't, and it's meant for salt water, but Presley's Lake is brackish, and those big bass will come after these little minnow. Well, after this little mirror lure. I have some catfish sponges. Oh, here's that little lure I wanted to show you. You can compare. That's way tinier than that rebel minnow, and the hooks are bigger on this little one than this rebel minnow. So that's weird. I'm gonna change the hooks on that. But this is the tiniest crankbait I've ever seen, and it kind of like that rattle trap. It's like every crankbait. It just wobbles around like that whenever it's going through the water. And here's this is the lure that I caught my first bass on. It's a little Rapala. These things work good. It has a black back, a white belly, and these hooks I think are big enough, and it has like bloody gills or whatever right here. And it's a pretty cool lure. And then I have my black crappie crankbait. This is pretty cool. I like the eyes. That looks scary. Imagine that whenever you wake up in your bed and that thing's just looking at you, staring at you whenever you wake up. And then I have this is the coolest popper I've ever seen. That's so cool. And it's like built-in help. Ow. And it has the treble hook in the tail, and it'd be cool if you cut that tail off. I bet you could use it as a fly or something like that. But this is a really cool popper. I have another little jerkbait mirror lure. I caught a giant brim on this, and it weighed like a pound. It was big. Oh, here's a live target that I have. It's a little live target sardine. I use it at Presley's too. And at Presley's they have some monster bass. So if any AP or whoever wants to come down here to Alabama one day, go fish at Moss Point, Mississippi. And I know y'all have the right baits, and whenever you're fishing, you'll probably catch a 12-pounder. So there's that little live target sardine. And then in here I have a couple of hooks. I got these tiny little minnows. I'm gonna do like extreme Philly fishing, jig it with a popper on the top and see if any kind of bass or whatever kind of fish will get it. And I have some Senkos. This is like One Rod One Reel said, people think it's a lazy bait, but then you catch a whole bunch of fish on these little Senkos. So that's what I like. And I like using them right in the trees or right up along the bank for those small bass. I really don't do it in the middle because I don't know. But I like trolling it along about 4 feet deep, maybe. And I've caught some bass. And then I have 12-pound line. These are those boxes. I like keeping the boxes to put my hooks in from those rattle traps, and I have tons of them. I have tons of them in here. Okay, now I'm thinking about whenever I'm traveling, I'm going to use these boxes to put the lures I want to take with me. But I'm going to start putting all these lures that I have in these 2 tackle boxes in here. And this will be like a stay-at-home tackle box. And then whenever I'm traveling somewhere, I won't have to carry a 20-pound tackle box with me. So really all I have in here is some soft baits. Oh, and if you do have a boat, there's cypress trees, and if you look in the cypress trees, you can find lures that have gotten stuck, and this is one of them that I found. It's pretty cool. Always be resourceful. And this is, I'm probably gonna use this whenever I go to like a champion bass lake, pond, or wherever, but this is really for saltwater. So I don't really know what this will catch. And like John B said, see, I got a pack of those Mighty Bites. They're not really crappy lures, but but they're not really good either. If you can see, well, the camera probably can't really see, but they have like these little ribs on here. I don't know what that's for. I think it's just for appearance or something, but I don't know if it makes the fish wants to come after it or whatever. Oh, and I have one of those little spin tail things. And I have this little bass crankbait. I'm probably gonna have to change the hooks on that. Has a little rattle. I got crankbait. Oh, and this is this is my favorite popper. This little hula popper. That's cool. It's so weird how this skirt is like a chartreuse color. That's what I like about it. Then I have a whole bunch of stuff in here. Oh, and I have, this is just junky in here. If I can get that. Or whatever. This is a little crankbait right here.
Mm-hmm.
For for smaller fish. I'm gonna have to change the hook on that. That's small. That's really small. So there's my lure collection. I want Andrew Flair. I want you to tell me. I watched whenever you pulled out all your lures, putting them in straight worms, spinners, crankbaits, lipless crankbaits. I want you to tell me in the comment section how many lures do you have, and if you can do a video on that. Okay, my channel is called Fish Hound, and and not this coming up weekend, but maybe the next, I'll do my first fishing video at Moss Point, Mississippi. Here we go. Bye.